Brought to you by your friends at the Aberdeen Toy Company. The Scottish Moors. Vast, forbidding, haunting. A barren wasteland to ordinary men, but a veritable paradise to the likes of Alistair Ian Mackay and Jackie Stewart, who once again arrive from out of the mists to save humanity from itself. In this episode, we find our two heroes merrily striding across the moors on their way to Dundee to compete in the Highland Games, where they aim to set new records for chopping, slashing, tossing, bashing, hacking, stabbing and drinking. Suddenly, the sun is eclipsed by a freak of nature. Shafts of lightning slice through the ominous dark thunderheads, presaging a storm sent from the gods. A stiff wind sweeps across the moors, and the lads know something's amiss. And as they pass by a yawning wound in the earth, the Banshee of Kildare comes howling from out of her fetid cave. A succubus, if ever there was one. But what a tragic mistake she has made. For as the she-devil emerges from out of her stinking hole in all her infernal glory, you can make Alistair and Jackie simply despatch the Banshee with but 3 strokes of their mighty claymores. And yet, their troubles are far from over, for as the Banshee lays dying and breathing her last, she lets fly a thunderclap of intestinal gas, the dreaded death fart of a Banshee, which Jackie deftly sidesteps, but which hits Alistair square in the face, transforming him into a raving zombie. That's right. You can now make Alistair a rudderless drone and send him off on a meaningless quest to nowhere. Meanwhile, Jackie believes that Alistair's man enough to look after himself and continues on his way to the Highland Games. After days of wandering aimlessly across the trackless moors, however, Alistair is ensnared by the siren song of Mistress X, infamous dominatrix and proprietress of the Aberdeen House of Pain and Pleasure, where you can make him witlessly sign up for a deep anal pounding session. But just as Alistair is about to receive a special delivery right in the tradesman's entrance, Jackie Stewart suddenly arrives on the scene, and just in time to save Alistair from taking the plunge off the rim and into the abyss of Strap-on-Rama. Afterwards, Jackie, believing Alistair to have been brought to his senses, points Alistair in the direction of home and heads back to Dundee. Yet, Alistair is anything but cured. Alistair actually returns to the Aberdeen House of Pain and Pleasure, where this time you can have him sign up for a 3-month intensified course of deep anal penetration. And once again, just as Alistair is about to trip the light fantastic with Mistress X, an exasperated Jackie arrives back on the scene and in the nick of time to save his brother-in-arms. With Alistair still a raving zombie, Jackie ponders what to do now. What would you do? Would you send the besotted Alistair back home to his nanny, Jackie McO? Would you do as the McPoofters would and send him to a therapist, or even worse, to a holistic healer? Or would you do the only honourable thing and send him off to face certain death? You decide. The Alistair Ian Mackay Zombie Edition comes complete with Aberdeen House of Pain and Pleasure, Mistress X, and Caber Tossin Jackie. Banshee with Crack of Doom farting mechanism sold separately. Aberdeen Toy Company.